sausage is fucking made.
All right, behind the fourth wall, as they would say.
You know, because our fucking podcast is so slick.
Okay, we're live already.
All right, yeah. All right, I'm sharing that shit. Boom.
Yeah.
Yep. Robot and the fucking bear. Boom, 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 boom. Robot and the fucking bear. Boom, 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 boom. It's a new take. It's a little bit different.
You changed the
wording just you know, I could say freaking robot and the freaking bear. Dun, 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 dun. Robot and the freaking bear. Dun, 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 dun. Does that appeal more to your sensibilities?
That sounds a little more indie rock. Sounds like a kind of like a 70s TV intro, actually. You know,
kind of
like SWAT. You know, like that show SWAT or something, or Beretta. Remember Beretta? I don't know.
These are I don't remember Beretta.
Actually, you know, they're I can't say before your time. They are before someone else's younger than us's time. I mean, you were old enough to see Beretta and SWAT.
Weren't those 80s shows?
I think late 70s, perhaps, but yeah.
Yeah, this is when
the music is kind of 70s. You know, the background should have a wow thing going on. You know, the background
like a deep synth sound or a
Sure, yeah, deep synth sounds good. It might have been who knows, a guitar. Anyways, welcome everybody to Robot and the Bear, episode number 82-ish, 81-ish maybe, I forget. But it is year end of 2003. That's kind of what it's about.
Right.
2003.
2023. What
2023,
a year.
Sorry. Yeah.
You know, we started this year with like high hopes and ambitions. And
is that true?
Well, remember, I think I declared
martial law on my on your career.
I declared that, like, you know, we will try and do this regularly, and I completely failed on that.
Oh, it's okay. You know, this is a really it's a difficult thing. Like, if there was a person out there, like if we had sponsors or something, like a probably some kind of a binding thing, yes, where all we have is ourselves, and we could just go, we'll just do it next week. I'm super busy, right? And super busy means you're probably making money, right, or you're eating something really good. That this is just that. I mean, it's better than the podcast, right? I understand all these things kind of happen, but if the podcast were like some kind of a profit turning machine or a something that just kind of creates a binding feeling, I think we would probably be more consistent. But we were consistent for a long time. There was that.
Yeah.
So there. And what did we get for it?
Nothing.
No. Well, we got some admiration of people who liked it. Yes. There's that. Yeah. I don't want to shit on the 5 people out there, including the one in Thailand or whoever it is that's pushing our sub base.
I think that was Jade. I think that was Jade, aka Mumbot. We should really have her on the podcast sometime.
Okay.
You know, are you familiar with her? You're familiar. Yeah. You've shown her.
Yeah. I remember at a decon, she got spit on by somebody and was very upset.
Wow.
Yes. It was like 2018, maybe, in Anaheim. Somebody spit on her as we were loading out, and they were like, some jerk mean person spit on her.
Wow.
Yeah.
I did not know about that. That's a bummer.
Yeah.
It's I remember like when someone like stole from an artist's booth. I don't know whether or not I should say which artist.
Yeah, but I know. You know, that was in Anaheim, correct? Or was that?
No, that was in Pasadena.
Pasadena. Yes. Mm-hmm. I know who it is.
Yeah, and
bummer.
They someone just like snagged their cash box, and
yeah. And I heard there was this year, speaking of decon, was there a theft and a theft person got caught? I heard that.
I heard something about that.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard police came and they got busted, and they got busted with merchandise from many tables.
Wow.
Yeah, I wonder who is this person stealing from.
I'm offended that they didn't steal from mine, you know.
How'd you know? Maybe they did, and they just got to keep it. Or they got away with it, because it was like a ring. There was like a few people, evidently.
Oh, really? A ring? Yeah. A ring of thieves?
Yeah, I guess a ring would be a few people, right?
Yeah.
A solo person would just be a solo thief.
Yeah. That's
But a
good.
ring is when you have multiple people.
Yeah, they're smash and
just make-
dashing.
I'm just making that up. Yeah. I don't know if that's a ring.
Mm. Who knows? I guess. I mean, I guess it would. If they all like came in with from like the same, minivan or like whatever, with the intent of
Yeah.
hitting up several different booths, I guess that would be a ring.
Yeah.
But you weren't there.
No, I had better things to do. Katsuya Terada at Giant Robot too, Yeah.
How was that?
It went really well and had fun.
Mm-hmm.
We did a live draw the next day on Sunday while
Oh, no
DCon
way.
was going on. Yeah, we just did our own thing and then did a live digital draw a week later, and then he went back to Japan, and all of that was all packed. It was good.
Oh man.
Yeah. I mean, we packed GR2, which might be more people than were at DCon from what I heard. Is that true? No, I'm kidding.
DCon was actually pretty good.
I heard it was, dude. I had FOMO. I looked at, frankly, like, to be honest, I looked at all the pictures and I was like, God damn it, I wish I was there. Like, ultimately, you know what I'm saying? Like, I saw the pictures and I was like, oh man, these are my people and everybody's having a good time. But I had to do my thing because it's just conflicting. But
right.
Yeah, no, I looked at it and I was like, oh, that looks like fun.
It was good. It felt good. Like the booth was the size of the show was whittled down to like one hall. Normally it's like 2 to 3 halls. So there wasn't as many like boothers or vendors this year, but the aisles were pretty wide.
Whoa. So they're just like, well, not enough vendors. Let's widen the aisles.
Yeah. But
make it feel big.
But
say your neighbors are far away.
I genuinely liked it. I liked the wide aisles. I liked the like, just people walking by looking at.
You know what this means? There should be another one, not in Las Vegas, but right then and there in the same ass place.
Are you going to do Las Vegas? Are you thinking about doing Las Vegas?
I am, but I mean, if somebody said, hey, there's going to be one here in LA, I might have to do the one in LA instead if it were around the same time, But I like the idea of going to Vegas, because I can go to like whatever, Luke Chu's Ranch or whatever it is. I can go to one of those and eat the buffet, the wonderful buffet, and yeah, I don't know.
I would like to do buffet. I will do buffet one day
I heard there's not many anymore. Like a lot of the ones that were, like the Wynn had one that was epic, and I heard all of those are mostly closed now. I thought they would be reopened, and I found out that no, there's only a few buffets in Vegas, period, from what I hear. And I learned that from Dean because he is the Vegas expert. So, yeah.
Well, I would imagine Wynn's is still open. That's the one that I would have gone to.
The buffet I heard isn't there, but I don't know if that's true. You can look it up on Google, wonderful Google, or somebody, a viewer, can put that on Google. There's a few watching, and you could say, does the Wynn Hotel, WY, see the dummies who are watching our stream are like going NGYUEN, the Wynn Hotel.
Still there.
They're like, oh yeah, it's got the Wynn. It's in Hanoi, and and there's never ending pho. You could just eat 5 gallons of pho, and it's $19.99.
Oh my gosh, that would be amazing. Now the buffet at Wynn Las Vegas is still open.
That's great. Yeah, that's that's the last one I think I went to.
It's the last one I went to. That's for sure.
Oh, see, we're like brothers in that way. It's like we both went to the same buffet.
Yeah, I was very impressed when I went. The atmosphere was great. The selection was decadent, and I ate all the seafoods. I ate all the expensive stuff because that's the goal.
And you didn't eat rice, right?
Oh fuck no!
You're like, I'm gonna I'm gonna get the bread and put butter on it, and it's gonna be so good at the buffet, like bread and rice, and I'm
Hmm.
gonna get the pancakes, and then oh yeah, I'll get one piece of crab. No, it's like no, but people
No.
do that.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Oh.
I'm gonna get the soup, and it's
Mhm.
like some miso soup. I'm like, dude,
What are you
what are you
doing?
doing?
And
No
so I want to get a
technique.
bagel with lox. Like, no, get the lox.
Yeah, the
And
bagel is like, isn't one bagel the equivalent of like 4 slices of bread or something? You know. Yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah.
See. Oh, Lisa says we're the Buffet Brothers, which that buffet. Okay. Anyway,
What?
it's we went to the same buffet. That's and she wrote Buffet Brothers, but does
Yes.
that are you kind of making a reference to as if we dated the same person once and
That's
therefore
like no, that's like
we are
kissing
Eskimo brothers?
cousins.
That's
That
Eskimo brothers.
this
Didn't I call
Esco
that
is
Eskimo brothers?
oh,
I
okay.
think.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
Eskimo brothers.
Yeah. Kiss.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Well, we were Buffet Brothers, so it's a
Oh
little
yeah, we are
different.
buffet brothers. We are not Eskimo brothers.
We both ate at the same buffet, though.
We
What is that?
did it.
That sounds absolutely vile. Sometimes we both dined at the buffet for hours. Anyway, so are you going to go to Decon Vegas? Is that kind of part of the
Well,
your
I'm
plan?
next year's schedule. I've got a show in May in London, and then a show in Australia in November, and it's the weekend after Decon. So
Oh, you're not going.
I'm
It's not
anticipating that I'm
happening.
going to have all my artwork shipped out 2 weeks before the
Yeah,
show.
so you'll be free, but you're gonna be burned the fuck out. You're gonna be like, no, I don't want.
Also,
Maybe.
my booth assistant, uh, Kim, aka my sister, put in her 1 year announcement, but put in her 1 year after this past decon.
To never do it again.
Yeah, she's like, I'm over it.
Wow. Well, you could find somebody else. It's not like you know.
Yeah, yeah, but people liked seeing Kim because they knew that it was just the like
A
you would get
female Luke
this,
Chu.
yeah, the female me and the
Looks kind of look.
cuter,
She looks like you, and yes, cuter for sure.
yes,
Very
the cuter,
funny.
and
Well,
funny.
equally funny to you, but just in a different way. But she's really funny and charming, and
Hmm.
yeah, no, she holds her own in a room full of douchebags, dirtbags, and ball sacks. She can hold her own. She could, you know what I'm saying? She
Yes,
can hold her own among like the no matter what. She can hold her own.
yeah.
Like
So
it could be all testosterone, and she is just right there with it. Just
just
um,
just
um
just like throwing punches, and
literally, yeah, no, she
yeah,
can. That's amazing. That's a trait that a lot of people don't have. So decon is a
yeah.
bunch of dudes mostly, right?
It seems
Like
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 it's
like
a it's
80
a
percent
it seems like it's a mix. I'm like I would
80
say
80
it's
80 80
no, it's
20
not 80%. I would say it's probably
85 15 85 15
no, it's honestly it's 60/40. I would say
customers or vendors.
customers.
Oh, okay.
Also, you had like weird like vendors like what was it, Shen X?
Yeah, the one that kind of there was a little bit of social media,
Yeah, yeah. People
a
were
little
not
bit.
happy about it,
Oh,
and I took a peek around their booth, and like it was just dead. It seemed like
oh,
most of the time.
oh. There you go. Well,
So
I mean, they're kind of out of place in a way. Like, what are they gonna do?
yeah,
Look at her. Look at the sheen. Whatever. Sofubi.
yeah. I
It's
don't
like
think there was
no.
I don't think even think they had Safubi. I think they
No.
had
Yeah, I probably
apparel
saw.
with artist prints on it, and
Oh,
yeah, like yeah, good try.
hopefully they paid a ton for that booth.
Oh, I think the union was definitely happy. There was a lot of electricity pumping through that thing.
Okay.
So I have never actually had a booth. I've decided after doing this for about 6 or 7 years that I am a banner and table booth kind of guy.
Oh well, at Decon, that's all you need.
That is all you need for
I
sure.
mean, the more you one trip from the car is the way, right? And one trip back, and that should be it. If you can do that, I think that's what Decon is.
Sure,
I think
sure.
paying for like accoutrements at your booth is probably a bad idea. Like your 10 by 10 square. Do you need like some kind of walls? I don't think so, right?
I was talking to Mark from Course, asking him whether or not he was going to be doing decon in Las Vegas, and he seemed like reticent, I guess is the word I would use, about traveling out there for it. And I was telling him, like, hey, banner, table, that's all you need. And he's like, no. Like he wants to, like, he's going to like set up like the big old rack with all the lights and everything like that. And I was like, Las Vegas doesn't need that. It's all right. You can't compete with the Strip. Don't compete with the Strip. Just go in there, spend as little as you can, and just have a great product, and cash out that way.
There you go. Cash in those chips. Cash in those chips. So the next decon's going to take place. They already have a date.
Yep.
They have a location, some world center for something, and I don't know. Maybe it'll be fun.
Yeah, maybe we'll see.
It might be fun. And I mean, then again, I still think somebody out there may make an event in LA just at around maybe not the same date, but the same, one November something. I can just see somebody else going, there's a void. Holidays are coming. Sure would be nice to have one right here.
Yep.
And maybe that'll happen. I don't know. I don't know if they'll be, I'm not saying competing, but.
Well, Toy Art Gallery, Gino from Toy Art Gallery did that in November.
Yeah.
In his
space. He had his own thing, but I guess it was all outdoors, and
it was all outdoors.
It's something to grow. So yeah, who knows?
Or maybe it could be Art Combini Deluxe.
Where? Oh, no, never mind. Where? Oh, that's the problem. You need just think, how many vendors is it? 50, 100? I mean, dude, it's a project. So, yeah, it's a project, and if it goes really well, hey, that could become somebody's living, maybe. But
you could do it in the parking lot.
It's still not big enough. You know what I'm saying? It's still not big enough. You need like 2 basketball courts, kind of thing, or more. It's big.
Yeah,
it is big.
It's good to start small, Eric. You start small.
Someone can do it again in Pasadena. Go old school. It's probably filled with. The reason why Ben left is probably the reason why nobody's doing it in Pasadena, right?
I think he literally just outgrew Pasadena.
Yeah, it's time to bring it back to make it small in Pasadena. Shop small. Shop small. Yeah, I don't know. It's closer, and there's maybe I don't know.
Come on, Eric. You have the resource.
Go, Luke. Luke Chu and friends can do this. Go, Luke. Anyway, so okay, decon in the books, and you liked it. You liked it at that smaller size.
I did.
That's cool.
It felt good. It felt comfy. It felt like you see a lot of familiar faces showed up, and
that's why I saw the photos, and I was like, oh man, I wish I was there.
Yeah,
but it's okay.
I wish I went to the Torada show. I really do. I really wanted to go check it out. It's but after like standing at your booth for all freaking day long,
yeah. But some people who were at decon did come to the opening.
They were obviously younger people.
Yeah. Well, Felicia Chow, she's younger. She made it.
Yeah. She wasn't running a booth. She was
just busy signing.
Just busy signing.
Oh, it's so hard signing. My gosh. Oh my gosh.
No, okay. Felicia never bitched about signings.
No, of course not. Oh my God. No, our imitation's so mean. Oh, I'm so sorry. We're just making conversation. Anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, so I've got tomorrow I'm going to go see Luna. Are you familiar with that one?
No.
Luna Luna.
It's a band or a movie?
It's an art show.
Oh, okay.
It apparently, I think it started in 19 and it was a thing in 1980s
Oh,
where like Keith Haring and Salvador Dali and Basquiat, Warhol, like all those like 80s bigwigs like got together and tried to did this carnival kind of thing
oh, wow, cool.
where like they actually had rides that people could ride that were painted up by
Them, like artists.
yeah, by artists. And then oh, you turned off screen sharing, right?
I don't know how to do that,
Because
but everyone could look it up. We're a podcast. People are listening. They're gonna be like, "What am I? I can't see anything." So they could look it up.
well,
Luna Luna, and there's rides. I guess amusement
there
park,
there are
kind of.
there I mean there when it was originally created, like so David Hockney, Basquiat, Keith Haring,
Wow.
all
Okay,
like
so is it taking place in L.A.?
well okay, so it started as an amusement park thing in Germany, and then it was going to come to Los Angeles, right after, but then something happened, someone sued someone, and all the
Oh,
work like basically got dismantled and stored in somewhere in Texas.
oh, wow.
And then I believe, I, I guess Drake um bought it all, bought everything, and then re-erected it in downtown Los Angeles in the Arts District for a couple
Cool.
months.
Wow, cool.
Yeah,
So it's the legit thing from way back.
except you can't ride the rides,
Oh, what can you do?
and you can look at
Just
them.
look at it. Do
Yeah,
they? I wonder if they're gonna move and turn on, or are
I
they just
know
gonna
they're
be off?
they're lit up.
Okay,
Based on the photos that I've seen.
that's rad though.
Yeah, so
Luna Luna. Okay,
Luna
everybody
Luna.
look up Luna Luna.
Yeah.
Make it there. How much does it cost to get in?
Well,
Four
here's
hundred dollars.
no, it's
No,
actually 40 something dollars to go and
cool.
to see like, all these, major like latter 20th century artists, do their thing. However, there are two major exhibits that are not available, are only available to VIP tickets. And those VIP tickets are like $85.
What are those things? Are you VIP?
I bought VIP tickets
Awesome.
because one of them is like a Salvador Dali dome, and
Wow.
the other one is I don't remember.
That's cool. Well,
So
we can talk about it when you
well, we could talk
on next week's podcast.
on next week's podcast, the first podcast of 2024. We will
Man,
do it.
are you ready for this year to end?
Yes. Yes,
Yes.
I am I am very ready. So, yeah. Let me see. Okay, the VIP tickets, $85, give you exclusive access inside the Dolly Dome and the Hockney Enchanted Tree. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Go.
So there you go. They cost $85. Apparently, the reception has been mediocre.
Oh,
Yeah.
it started. Tomorrow is not the first day.
No, it started a little while ago.
Wow, I never heard of it,
Yeah,
but
so
that's cool.
yeah, it's hard to keep up with the art stuff, right?
Sure.
You know,
Did you
there's
see Godzilla? Speaking of not art stuff exactly, but cinema.
I have.
The
It's
new
one of the
Godzilla, Godzilla -1, it's called.
I have seen it. Have you?
Yes.
What do you think?
I give it a grade B.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think it's a lot of people are saying it's the best movie of the year. I'm far from that. I don't think so.
Yes. I
I
don't
thought
think
there
it's the
was
best movie.
too much drama. I'll take the last Godzilla, Shin Godzilla, over this one any day.
Wow.
Yeah, and there was a good scene in it, of course, but you know, one of the destroying a city scene, very epic and cool.
Mhm.
But there was too much drama that could have been its own movie. Doesn't even need monsters. They just should have just made a dramatic, tear-jerking movie. Didn't even need a monster. Had nothing to do with it. The end.
I gave it an A to A minus because, and I'm ranking it not against other movies of the year. I'm ranking it against other Godzilla movies.
Okay.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
that Shin Godzilla is also for me a solid A, but I think a lot of it is lost on me because I don't understand Japanese and I can't read Japanese.
Oh, so you didn't see it with English subtitles?
I saw it with English subtitles, but the thing is that I believe you can just sense that there's more going on there than what you're reading in the subtitles.
What about the Godzilla this -1 then? Use subtitles.
Yeah, I loved it.
But then do you think there's more going on also?
No. Because the thing the big difference is that Shin Godzilla is more of a political drama.
Yeah.
Than Godzilla -1 is an emotional human drama. And like one of the little things that the details that I read about after watching Shin Godzilla was the protagonist, when he starts, he has like a 2-character like title to his job, but as time goes on, his job title gets longer and longer and longer and longer as he moves up the rank, and then
There's
like after the prime minister
yeah.
dies and stuff like that, and that's all like some kind of commentary about
Sure. Yes.
the way these systems work and in Japan, and basically the entire like idea of Shin Godzilla is about the bureaucracy, about how because everything is tied up in so much red tape, you have to go through all these crazy steps because the system can't work enough. It isn't really able to take care of the problem that is this Godzilla rampaging through.
I think there's probably a lot of people that, I mean, your assessment right there, I think there's a lot of people in Japan that agree with that, right? I've heard this same things with just friends of mine who live there and will say, yeah, it's just how it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's like politics and all that stuff, but I think that's sort of, satirical version.
Right. And but like as an English speaker who isn't familiar with Japanese bureaucracy, I'm sitting there like missing so much of the editorial commentary because it is.
But at least it makes a comment. It makes a commentary. This one just didn't do it for me, man. I was just like, I don't know. I hope that director doesn't make another Godzilla movie. I'm not saying it's bad, but I'm just saying it's just not my favorite one, and it just didn't do it. I was kind of like, oh, this drama is just.
So after Shin Godzilla, what's your? I thought that aside from the overacting, which is just kind of typical of Japanese cinema,
it's also low budget. I mean, we're talking compared to American dollars, it's just a low budget movie.
Sure.
Yeah. But with performances that are sketch. I don't know.
I actually think like a lot of Americans who have watched it who really enjoyed the acting and the drama, the human drama. I think the problem might be that they're basically reading. They're not,
Yeah, well, substitute white people speaking English with the same drama, same level of drama. You would think it's the shittiest movie of all time, right?
Sure.
I think you're giving a pass because you're like bunch of weebs are just going, oh man, it's so good. There's Asian people on the screen and there's a monster and they're in Tokyo and I love Tokyo so much. You know what I mean? And it's like,
they're like, oh my gosh, look at those old style trains. Oh my God, is that what Ginza was like in 1950?
47, whatever. Yeah. You'll give it a pass maybe because the yen is weak right now and the dollar is strong, and you went on a trip to Japan and you loved it because everything was cheap. I don't know. I think there's a little bit of, just I'm kidding around, but there's a lot of a little bit of something of that. You know what I mean? You're giving it a pass because it's a foreign movie, and if that was an American movie, you'd be like, dude, what are you doing? Right? Maybe
Mhm.
a little bit of that.
Hey,
You're giving it the Japanese pass.
no, I think I don't think that's it. I think the
I mean,
thing
they do that with a
is
lot of
that
music.
you are I thought the music was the worst part about it.
Oh no, no, I'm talking about in general, just music wise. It's like, oh, J-pop, it's pretty good, and it's
Or
like, no, it's
K-pop.
not. Yeah,
K-pop.
whatever.
Yeah.
It's really good. I don't know if it's white people, you'd be like, fuck no,
Because of the lyrical content or because
no.
of the style of music?
Well, K-pop, they could dance. I mean, that's like a whole nother level.
Yes.
But yeah, that's another level. So I'll have to give it that. But in a movie form, oh,
You know, that just reminds
I don't
me
know.
of there's that like one Japanese music act, like I think it's like Atarashi Gakko or something like that. Have you seen? It's like this group of like
I know you're talking about.
yeah,
Yeah,
that are
yeah.
dressed as schoolgirls wearing like worker helmets and shit like that, and they do these very choreographed dance routines, and I can't sit through a single one of their
Oh
songs.
no. Yeah.
it's it's it's, it's just not for me.
And imagine dudes. Imagine if they were dudes. Would it be worse or better? Or same? It'd be worse, huh? Or would it be campier and funnier? You'd be like, dude, what are you doing? This is hilarious.
It depends on the
Versus,
outfits,
I don't know. Yeah.
because
Okay.
all the girls are wearing sailor style schoolgirl outfits.
So they could wear Sailor Dude
No, I'm just
outfits.
I'm over it.
It's
I'm over the
I know.
sailor
I know it's bad. It's bad.
schoolgirl outfits. It's like how long can you push this for? Like
Centuries. It's gonna keep going. It's gonna keep going. Yeah.
yeah, and they were on Jimmy Kimmel or something like that
Oh wow.
recently, and I was
Mm-hmm.
like, wow, I thought they were just like a TikTok thing,
Well, no, keeps
and
going. Keeps going. Okay,
um,
so before we go to delve even further into this, any highlights for this year since we're talking about a year-end thing?
hmm.
Like did you have highlights or any highlight of anything? Doesn't have to be personal, could be anything you thought was rad. Aside myself, I mean, and I'm going to say the same about you, excluding yourself, the radness of you, anything else?
Oh, geez, I'm trying to think. Like, did I see anything, except aside from my own show? Did I see anything that
See that the greatest shows of all time. But yeah,
it was one of I think a lot of people felt that it was my strongest show, and I definitely, you know, agree to a certain degree. But like, let's see, what did I see this year that really blew me away? Oh,
so
geez.
this year, while you're thinking of that, I think this year was supposed to be like, I thought this was going to be a big recession year,
Mm.
you know, and that's kind of what the news was, right? And recession year, recession year, recession year, and yeah, I know that there's probably like a divide, right? Like middle class okay, upper class of course okay, but anyone in a lower class, lower economic class is probably more fucked, right? Just things got really expensive.
Mm.
But like I'm in Sawtell, kind of a middle to wealthy area.
Mhm.
So I mean, people still came and shopped like normal. So I didn't really see the effects of a hard recession. I
Did
saw
you
a
have a
couple.
pretty good like Christmas season, like with
Yeah,
shopping?
it was fine. And I mean, there were some slower months where I was like, "Uh-oh, this is looking bad. This is like the start of it." And then it rebounded all. It all rebounded, you
Oh, that's
know.
great.
Yeah, yeah, but I mean, I'm going to guess everybody else at least in the area probably has the same thing to say. Like I don't think it's just me. I think it's in general. So I'm kind of thinking this recession that was supposed to come, I don't know if it's coming or if it's going to be next year. But like I've been
Are
through
they
it
still
before and
saying it's coming?
I
I
don't
thought
know.
everyone
I don't
believes
know.
that we had the quote unquote soft landing that
Oh, I don't know. But yeah, I just stopped. The news sucks. So I stopped. But I remember like, from hearing about it in 2008 and 2009, it was like, it's coming, it's coming. And then all of a sudden it did. Right. And I was like, holy shit. Like it is really bad. So I was kind
Mhm.
of expecting that like to happen. And then it just kind of didn't get really bad. We had some soft months, but
Hmm.
Nothing like that was as bad as I've ever experienced. It was not even close, but I was kind of waiting. I was like, okay, when's it going to get bad? I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Like I'm getting ready. You know what I mean? But what can you
Right.
really do? Anyways, that didn't happen. And I don't know if it's going to get better in 2024 or am I expecting it to be the same or worse? I don't know, you know?
I think that what we're on the cusp of is the political shit fest.
Yep. Oh,
Um,
yeah, you're right. 2024 election year.
yeah. So, like,
Yeah.
that's like, I don't know whether or not it translates as an economic shit fest, but like, we're definitely going to, um, you know,
Oh, it's going to be interesting now that
yeah,
you say this. I kind of,
see,
yeah.
yeah, some,
Wow.
pretty whack ass shit like happen.
That
Like
is
Maine
crazy.
just dropped Trump from the ballot because of like the 14th Amendment shit, and I don't know enough about it to really comment on it, but I was like, oh, okay, well,
Yeah. I think that's what with Colorado as well. And I,
apparently though
yeah,
the secretary of state is saying that like nope, Trump is back on the ballot.
yeah.
I have no idea.
I don't, and it's one of those, I don't know how that's going to work, but we'll see.
Colorado's secretary of state, yeah.
Maybe, I mean, it's possible Trump can still get the Republican nomination without those states,
Oh, 100%.
right? He's
100%.
still, he probably still, without those two states, at least it would be like, well, that's hardly puts a dent, you know?
Right, yeah.
Hate to
Maine and
say.
Colorado are like small
Yeah, I don't
fry.
know.
I
Yeah.
know California's. I read somewhere about California trying to push to like get him off the
Go ahead.
ballot.
I mean, for him, his sake, I don't think he'll be like, yeah, okay. He'll say do his, I don't know. I can't imitate him at all.
No.
But yeah, you might not you might not care. You'll be like, okay, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Okay. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, did you see anything cool? Did you travel anywhere to see anything cool?
I went to Japan twice.
Yeah, but did you like see any cool art and stuff?
Cool art. Uh, what did I see that I really dug? If it was just all of this year, did I see anything especially amazing outside somewhere? I feel like I did, and I forgot what it was. Oh, I went to the Getty. Does that count? No.
No, that doesn't
I
count.
was like, did I see anything great there that I was like, no? And I was like, I went to places, but I'm trying to think if I saw anything that was like, holy shit, blew my mind, you know?
The course show at Corey Helford was really great. Um, that was one of my favorite like exhibitions,
Mm,
and because it was just interesting to see course kind of pull themselves up beyond the art toy thing and go for an actual gallery thing, and they had like big pieces, beautiful, some really beautiful stuff. Like I traveled quite a bit. This year, and I
yeah, you
saw
did,
some
especially a lot.
yeah, the show. I saw a show in Roppongi, um, at that big
Morty
art
Art Tower.
tower.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Morty Art Tower,
yeah,
Morty Art Museum.
yeah. The Mori
Yeah.
Art Museum, and there was some pretty fun like like pieces that definitely made me think. Um, oh, what else did I do? Did I see like I saw art? I went to like a couple museums in Mexico City when I went to Mexico City. I stopped by places in Paris when I went to Paris, but none of it really stuck with me. None
Yeah.
of it made me go like oh that was amazing. Glad that I saw that. My life has changed. So I don't know. I kind of feel like when you've been in this biz for so goddamn long, for me, it's been at least 20 plus years now, or 20 years. You just kind of get more and more jaded.
I think you need to see something that just blows your mind or else because you've seen tons of above average art shows, right?
Right. Right.
Like that was good. You walk out going, that was good. And then but then you're like, well, that goes in the file of the 1,000 good shows I've seen. And then there's probably like 5 that are like, whoa, like that blew my mind,
Yeah, and
right?
I
Or
don't even
something.
know what that would be anymore.
Oh, yeah. Well, depends what like I saw that dude, what's his name? Ron Mook, Meuck, or whatever it is. He makes giant versions of humans, like huge, and they look real,
Right.
right? Like I saw that at a museum in Newcastle. Was that Newcastle or something? Or Edinburgh. Edinburgh. Yeah, yeah.
Mm,
Anyways, I saw it there and it was like, whoa. I still remember that because I was kind of like, holy shit. You
right.
know, that kind of
Right.
blew my mind. I was kind of like, oh my God. You know what I mean? You see a person like sculpture real person that's like I don't know. That's a it was room. It was just many rooms of that. That kind of blew my mind. But
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Oh, and Lusa S mentions what about historic stuff in Japan? I guess we're talking about art shows, but I mean, yeah, I went to a shrine that I it, it was just a shrine, one of many, but I dug it. I mean,
I stopped
I dug
by
it.
one shrine. I stopped by that one that's in that big ass forest between Shinjuku and um what's that one little fashion town? Um
Shibuya, Harajuku,
Harajuku.
they're
Yeah,
kind of near,
between
they're near each
Harajuku
other.
and Shinjuku.
Is it Meiji, the Meiji Shrine?
I
Meiji
think so.
Jingu
It's got a
Shrine?
huge freaking park around it.
It's big. Yeah, Meiji Shrine.
Yeah.
Basically, that thing on New Year's Day, is it like 1 million people go there on New Year's Day, I think, or something like that in 24 hours or
Mm.
more, maybe. Yeah, it's like the big shrine.
I was more
That's cool.
impressed by the park than I was by the
That's like,
temples.
yeah, that's like, that's a big ass park, dude.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
I,
that's like if you get off at Harajuku Station
Mhm.
and you go one direction, it's Takesh Dodori, the Harajuku Girls Street, where
Right.
your shirts are bootlegged in droves.
Yep.
They're there. And then, or if you go the other way, you're in the park. Take your choice, right? It's like red pill, blue pill, or whatever you want to call it. It's like, I actually once I sent somebody who's never been to Japan. They had one day
Mm,
to like, one day, like meaning they land and then they had to get back on the plane, like, on a plane 12 hours later.
right.
And they wanted to go to Tokyo. And I said, go to Harajuku. And they went. And instead of going to Harajuku crazy area, they went to the park. They chose like, they went to the park and said, I loved the park and I loved being there and I was happy there. And I was, I was
Right.
like, you didn't go to Harajuku.
Yeah.
You went the opposite direction. There's,
Yeah. Yeah.
and they said they were plenty happy with what they saw there. And I was
Okay.
like, okay, that's cool too.
That's
It's
cool.
like two different experiences at the same train station. It's really kind
I
of
don't even, I mean, this must have been a while ago because Harajuku is definitely not the madhouse that it used to be.
it's, well, depends on its tourism, right? If there's
Right.
tourists,
Right.
it's still like just uncomfortable and crowded, but yeah.
Yeah. Every
But
time
your t-shirts are shining though, man. The Luke Chu shirts are there.
I didn't find them the last time I was there.
I did. I didn't even want to, and I found them.
I was busy kind of like crawling through one of the food streets in Harajuku. So and I ate a ton. I ate
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah.
So
That's a highlight for me, I guess, this year is, hey, for better or worse, I went to Japan twice.
that's awesome. That's catching up there.
Yeah, it was really it was great both times, and it's always visit friends and shit like that. And I was with my mom though on the second trip especially because she
Yeah.
she had an injury on the first trip, and then I went to go pick her up, and had a good time.
How's your mom
So,
doing? Is she happy to be home?
happy to be home. She's moving around, driving and walking over a mile a day.
Wow.
Yeah, and she still has trouble going downstairs because that's all the pressure on a joint
Yeah.
is when you're going downstairs. But she's using staircases, so
Oh wow. Is
Yeah.
it? Wow, that's
it's
great.
she had a broken femur as 3 months ago, and
Yeah.
maybe or so. So
Is it completely
Yeah.
healed or?
no, I'm gonna guess no, but I mean, yeah, the probably the wound is healed, but inside, I'm sure it's just still she has more time to just get better,
Hmm.
But it's almost as if she's better. She's not being stopped by anything. Like she's not going to go walk a marathon, but I mean,
Right.
but she is doing kind of back to her almost exact routine
That's great.
like
That's great.
beforehand. So that's amazing. It's like people, I'm blown away by that. So yeah,
How,
good stuff.
I'm glad.
Eight,
That's
84.
nice.
She's 84.
84.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's funny because a friend from Japan said, "Oh, she's young." I was like, okay. My friend, yeah, seriously, a friend of mine from Japan goes, "Oh, she's young."
Mm.
Like he was like very adamant about that. I'm like, really? He goes, "Well, in Japan, yeah." Like I was like, okay, I get
That's
it.
how old my mom is, and
Yeah.
I can definitely say, it's not been that easy for her. So
Yeah. No, it's none of this is easy.
yeah,
It's difficult. Yeah.
there's she my mom has this thing called or has this thing that comes on and off called bullous pemphigoid, where your body, it's an autoimmune issue where your body just starts producing you know like welts or like
Oh
water
shit. No.
blisters, huge ones all
Wow.
over your body,
Wow.
and because the treatment is a steroid. I can't remember which steroid it is. It's one of the more famous steroids that like completely fucks your head up.
Ah.
And so,
Bummer.
you know but I don't know. I mean, she's hanging in there, but like, yeah, that's not great.
Wow.
So art generally okay.
How about
Every
food?
food has been great.
I knew
Food
it.
food
I
has
knew it. I knew it.
when I went to Mexico City, I ate so stupidly well. It like, and for such a decent price. And I had some of my best meal, like one of my best meals, um, in um, in Mexico City. How about you?
What was it like a pretty meal? Like like a Michelin star kind of deal where
Well,
they're
Michelin.
using like tongs to put a leaf on the right way and
No. It
Okay.
wasn't that, like, speaking of which, I started watching The Bear finally.
Oh,
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah,
What do
and
you think?
I love it. Oh, that the
What
first season is makes you so anxious. Like then after watching the first season, I was like, I am so glad I do not work in food.
yeah, my mom did, right? 32 years in a restaurant and
Wow.
I work there too and no, it can be as hectic as that. So, how far did you get?
I started the second season with the building of the bear.
Awesome. Awesome. So you're not done with the second
No,
season.
I
All right.
decided to take a break after that. I was like, this is great. I love it, but want to like catch up on other things. So,
Okay.
you
Worth
know,
seeing. Worth seeing
and
for sure.
like, so I watched Ahsoka. It's mediocre.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I didn't quite get into it. I didn't,
Yeah, just
I mean, there's a lot of Star Wars now, but
oh my God, there's
I
so much Star Wars.
I think I watched Mando and one other one. What was the other one I watched? I watched one of the other ones. I forgot. There's
Andor.
four. Andor, was that Andor? I finished those. Four, was there four or three of them?
There's Book of
Shows.
Boba Fett. There's
That one.
Ahsoka.
I think I watched Book of Boba Fett and I watched Mando, and I think those are the two I watched.
Mm,
Yeah,
yeah,
but
I watched Book of Boba Fett. That one was super mediocre. Mandalorian, it's okay. I don't
Mando's
know.
the one I
I
watched Mando. I kind of like it.
am I growing out of it? Am I over it? Is the fact that like I could expect all these like new shows to pop up and spin-offs to pop up and
Just
on
be
Disney
mediocre.
Plus just kind of burning me out.
But then, I mean, Mando was kind of fun because I had that lone wolf and cub thing going on. It's kind of
Sure.
I kind of
Sure.
like that idea, and it's like there's a bigger narrative, but then it's built of all these small like it's like solving small puzzles to get to a bigger narrative. I
Right.
kind of dig that. I feel like the other ones didn't quite do that.
Right.
It's like they're solving little puzzles, and then it's like okay, next episode solving puzzle, but you're taking one step towards something,
Yeah,
sort of.
like to a certain
I don't
degree
know.
it's
I kind of dug it. I like that aspect.
episodic with
It's made for fucking TV. Yeah, yeah. It's not meant to be a movie, you
right.
know?
Yeah. Yeah.
But also I think they had that gimmick of, Baby Yoda. I mean, how can you beat that's just hard to beat.
Yeah, Baby Yoda,
I mean,
Grogu.
that's just heartstrings, man. It's like, oh, it's
Too
like
cute.
it's like having a cat, or something. You know,
Yeah, that
a very
yeah,
smart cat. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah,
I still liked it.
I'm wondering whether or not like just how much Disney Plus I really need in my life.
Yeah.
Apparently not a lot. So,
Mm. I'm trying to think
and
of other shows I watched. Was there anything else you saw that was just like, I mean, I like The Bear. That's probably like one of my favorites. But
yeah,
I don't know how much TV I actually watched, but I think The Bear was like, I had to watch it. I grew up
yeah.
in a restaurant, owned a small business. I mean, there's little parallels here and there, but then there's also like the human element that's like,
Mhm.
that dude has anxiety attacks and it's like
Yeah,
depicted to me pretty well. I was kind of like, oh, it's like the way it's depicted on film or camera. I'm just like,
sure.
oh, interesting. It's like things flashing, like images flashing for your eyes type of thing and
Mhm.
confusion. I don't know. I saw it and I was like, oh, that's how you do it. Like that's how it feels to me anyway.
Yeah, that hits
So
home, right?
I thought so. And I was kind of like, oh, but then, I dug it.
Yeah, I saw my family also was in the restaurant business
That's
for a
true.
while.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. No,
but it never like we never had something like there's I think it was like the second to last episode of the first season where like he has his restaurant gets reviewed and it's positive, and then like all the orders are just shooting out of the ticket thing. Like
Mhm.
I've never experienced anything like that,
Yeah.
but
Of course not. Like that's like Fantasyland in a way. But I guess that's the way in social media now, right? It's like
yeah,
you're
100%.
you have a good problem. You're like, I got some orders, but then a bad problem is you have too many orders, right?
Right.
And
Yeah.
it's like through social media. Yeah.
I think that I actually think that is a problem with it's like that's like the Michelin problem.
Yeah.
Like it
Yeah.
like
And the rest.
Michelin just wrecks restaurants.
Yeah.
And
They think they're better than they are, and then they're not prepared for the onslaught,
mhm,
right? Yeah. And then some of them end up closing, or a lot of restaurants that are, if it's not Michelin, but very positive reviewed restaurants, a few years later, they're closing,
right. Right.
I'm seeing that a little bit and I'm like, oh, you're closing? Wait, weren't you supposed to be good? And it's like they're closing and it's
Yeah.
like dysfunction. There's like, you hear oh man, some of these restaurants have some crazy news coming out, right?
Mm.
Like, do you hear about that one restaurant? What is it called? It's a dog name or something. I forgot.
Mm.
But then it's a person that like they killed the cat or something. Like he actually murdered his cat. It like came out.
Oh, you're thinking
What
of
I don't
horses.
whatever that. Oh, dog
Yeah.
name. Sorry, horse name. But
Yeah.
yeah, and it's like I'm reading that. I'm like, that is weird. Like
Yeah,
what?
like where like the guy was basically, I think he and his partner, his wife, who ran that restaurant, it was just a crazy toxic environment, and then he was doing stuff like, like, I don't know, killing the cat and jerking off on its corpse, and like, just
Whoa! I didn't know that.
like, yeah,
See, that's what I'm saying. There's crazy. It's like social media does it, but then I just noticed like all these people are just melting down.
well, also, like, I remember when I think it was like during one of the LA art, like the first time I even heard of the restaurant. I never even heard of this fucking place, Horses, until
I didn't know either.
until like I think it was LA Art Weekend, when Freeze is in Santa Monica and there's all these
Right.
like, things going on. And apparently like all these like top-notch gallery people were hanging out at Horses afterwards.
But I didn't make it.
No. I was waiting for you to show up, Eric. I was expecting.
I didn't make it. I'm sorry. Yeah,
Have you
Anyway,
thought about doing something kind of special for to line up with like that weekend?
what weekend?
Like LA Art?
Oh, you mean for it? No,
No.
When is it?
February.
It's like January. Oh, okay. I know it's like coming up.
Yeah. I think LA Art might be like
I'll look it up and I'll see.
I don't know. But actually, I don't know whether or not this is something I should talk to you about over the podcast, but I might as well.
Uh-oh.
I have my first production figure coming out, and
Wait, is that the one you had at Decon?
the one I had at Decon.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yes, I want some.
Well, I want to do
Yes, I want some, and I'll give you money.
Well, no, I want to do a.
Oh, that's not what this is. Okay, okay,
This is
okay.
not what this is. That's a given, Eric.
Okay, okay.
I wanted to do a like release party, and I was
Okay.
thinking
Yes.
if I could rent out GR2 for a day or something like that.
We can do it.
Okay,
We'll talk about it offline.
we'll talk about it offline. Yes,
But I like the idea. This is 2024 talk going on in 2023 though.
Yeah, but like I'm thinking, late January, early February when,
Oh,
which
I
is
think doable. There's probably a time doable.
yeah, just a day, just one
Okay.
day.
Okay.
I'll
Yeah.
cut you, and we'll figure something out.
Cut me a big fat fart. Okay.
I'll cut you a big fat check. So
Awesome. I'm honored.
yeah,
I'm honored. Congrats.
that
Luke Chun
was
Productions.
that was one of the highlights. That's one of my two highlights of this year. The first one was my solo show, which I sold out. You didn't see, but I'm only a little bit hurt by that, just a little.
It's okay. You didn't come to see Tarada's show.
I would have gone there if it was an Eric Nakamura show by hook or by crook.
But you're going to be in the Biennale show.
I am going to be in the Biennale.
Although you missed the meeting that they had.
I wasn't invited to the meeting.
I think you were because they invited you to the meeting.
When did they invite me to?
It was last Friday.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I don't know. Everybody else went.
Where would it be? What would the email be? Was it sent by email?
Yeah, it was sent by the museum, not me. So
yeah,
unless they blew it. But they should have because whatever. I didn't go because I was at a meeting before that. You're like, but yeah, I think they made mention. Oh yeah, Luke wasn't there, and I was like, oh.
I didn't get an email from them.
Yeah, I don't have a copy of. I don't have a copy of the email.
J-A-N. Is it Japanese? Sorry, is it Japanese?
J-A-N-M.
Yeah, Janum.
Oh wait, that's not even in the name though. It was like an artist meeting. Anyway, okay. I'm gonna tell him. I'll just tell him to hit you up solo. You deserve
reminder. Post
you deserve. I didn't email it though. It came from the museum.
No, I'm just looking up, because I think I would imagine the name Giant Robot would have been in the
maybe, I don't know.
I
can't see who they invited on this one.
Yeah. I mean, like.
Okay, I'll tell them. No, it's okay. You get special treatment anyway.
Oh, fuck you.
No, I'm emailing him now.
We should record an episode of Robot and the Bear at the Biennale.
Okay, we can do it. Yeah.
I think maybe 4 people will show up. It'll be great.
No. Okay, they'll email you. I'm gonna tell them tomorrow. Make sure he emails you.
Well, so there was a meeting on Friday.
Yeah, just Friday
at the museum.
If I didn't go, I think they wanted me to zoom in or something. I don't know.
Some went, some didn't. Why didn't you go?
Because I had a meeting there on Wednesday.
Yeah,
I went there and met with the entire staff on Wednesday, like not entire staff, but like 8 people or something in a room, and I was like 2 days later, I was like, I'm not going to the next one because I just they knew what to do.
I'm looking and who's the name of the person who's was there a name to the person who put this thing on?
Maybe Clement is my guess. Clement, but
Clement?
Yeah. I don't have a list of who they whatever. So yeah, whatever. Sorry about that.
Oh, there it is.
Oh no.
It said 2 p.m. Can make.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah.
No worries.
That was on the 20th. They sent it on the 20th, dude. You know what was happening on the 20th? I was freaking decompressing from decon.
Oh well.
I was
okay.
Full on decompressing. I was not responding to shit. If they wanted to get a hold of me, they could have just texted me.
They don't have your number. They have your email.
Well, I apologize.
It's okay. You're the only one. Everybody else was just like, I'm really tired. I got to do all this stuff, but I'm going to make it.
All this signing, all this.
It's okay. Don't worry about it. We're good. Just keep on
I
going.
had a booth, Eric.
You mean a table with a janky sign?
What?
Did you really have a booth or just a table, right? Table and sign.
No, I had a booth.
You actually went all out with a booth at
I
DCon?
always go out with a booth.
No, you don't. I've been to there and I've seen just a bare ass table with a sign, man.
Yeah, in a booth.
Oh, I mean, just a square, but
I
just know it looked
a quarter.
it looked like a
fucking booth.
You look like you had a junkyard going on. It was cool.
Yeah, that might be the last day of the junkyards.
Oh,
because I'm not willing to travel all that way with
it's rough.
All that junk.
Yeah, not necessary.
Yeah,
not for that one, but yeah, we'll be all right.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
Does that mean
wait?
Does that mean you would like get a U-Haul and freaking
No, I would. Whatever fits in my car is all I'm willing to do.
Well, you do have an SUV, so.
You mean that it's a Toyota? It's enough.
It's not a Honda Civic, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, but I mean, they have a table, I'm assuming. All I have to do bring is a banner rolled up.
Yep.
And stuff, right?
Yep. And all the giant robots, all the books, all those amazing freaking James Jean limited editions.
The giant robot book is we're almost done with it, and it's gonna be out probably. I think they're gonna be a little later. It said May. I think May, and I'm like, I don't think it's gonna make May. I think it's gonna be in the summer though. It'll be like somewhere in the summer is my guess.
That's right.
Yeah. That's when it'll come out.
So the introduction, all the writing is done.
I think, and I think they're just kind of laying it out, and of course they're editing down shit and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm gonna see it after. Basically, they're on vacation now, so I'll see another rough soon. And the Luke Chu article that ends all is in there.
What? There's a Luke Chu?
No, the original, the one in the magazine.
Oh yes.
Basically, it's reprinted stuff. So, but yeah, you're in there.
That's
for sure.
I remember years ago saying that what would be great, Eric, is he was just compiled all the fucking like art articles that you had.
There's a lot of them being in this book. I mean, there's like 8 chapters maybe, so there's an art chapter, whatever. There's all different chapters, like filmmaking part, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's all of it. But you're in it. You have to be in it, and you're in it. So
yay. I killed the magazine. Me and what's his name from Linkin Park?
Oh, he really just stunk it up. Man, it was a pretty good issue until he was in it. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, no, man. So yeah, that's a thing to look forward to, but the work is still going on,
Of course.
Yeah.
So what else have you got? For me, I've got what I'm looking forward to in 2024 is the show in London, the show in Australia, the Biennale, the toy release, the release party at Giant Robot.
Good stuff.
I'm going to do 5 points this year.
Wow.
Yeah, because
how are you going to do that? Are you going to have a booth?
I'm going to have a booth.
A table, a glorified table, right?
A table. I'm going to like fly out there with the booth in my suitcase, and I'm going to ship all my stuff out there ahead of time, and then.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah. So
when is that? 5 points somewhere in the.
It's in New York City. It's in Brooklyn. I think.
No. But when is it? Like in the
June
or late spring? Okay.
Yeah.
June.
So
very cool.
Yeah.
I like that. I think that's a great event. I don't know anything about it. So I've seen pictures. It seems like it's great.
It's pretty small from what I understand.
So is DCon now, right? So it's okay. Right?
I don't know. Is DCon small? DCon has freaking.
I mean, how big is 5 points technically? Is it? I get like is it tiny? I don't really know.
It's pretty small. I think it's like the equivalent of one of the halls at Pasadena.
Oh, is it really? Okay, so it's a much smaller event. But hey, you're gonna stick out like the superhero again, right?
Maybe. I'm just gonna have a freaking banner and table.
That's all you need.
Yeah.
That's it. That sounds great.
Yeah, that's it. So
where does it take place then? Like
Uh,
Sucklord's backyard?
nah,
I don't know.
well, if
It
it
must be
was,
in
it'll
a
be in Manhattan proper
like a
because he's in like Manhattan somewhere, I think.
oh, okay. Or is
Uh,
gonna I wonder where it's at. Like is it in a hall or a like some kind of a thing, or is it like a school basketball gym or something? Or
I
I have
will
no
look.
idea.
I will look it up
Yeah,
right now.
I've never looked at, but that's sounds good, man.
All right, what is it? 5
5 points. Do
points.
it.
Okay, points, location.
5 points, everybody, is like a decon on the East Coast, New York.
But yeah, it is like a decon.
Yeah, I guess smaller. I didn't know. I
Dang
guess
it,
Vince is Vince running that, or does no? He doesn't run that, huh?
no.
My plastic heart guy. No.
No, this one's run by Clutter, the guys who do Clutter.
Oh, of course. Yeah, yeah. Good for them. Go Clutter.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the things that a Giant Robot magazine didn't do is we never had like a signature event. You know,
No.
like one of those kind of events. Like I think as a magazine that doesn't really make money. I mean, we had stores, so there was other ways, but magazines often do something and they have award shows or they have a golf tournament. I mean, they do things to, like to fundraise, and
Right.
having an event, could be a moneymaker. I don't really know, but could be a moneymaker, and I'm glad Clutter does something because that's kind of what it takes.
Right.
I hate to say, as a magazine, you better do something else, and it has to be like pretty rad. So like Complex magazine, I don't know if that does well, but they do a Complex Con if that's so related. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's like you
Is it
have to
still
do an event.
related? I never
I don't
really
know. I
no.
don't know, man. If it is rad, if it's not, then you better do something Complex magazine if you're still in existence.
Mm,
But yeah, you need an event if you're a magazine, or else you're that's just making a magazine and thinking that's enough is stupid. And that's kind of, well, we had stores. What am I talking about? We did our thing, but other magazines don't do anything, and it's like, fuck, man. I think
apparently,
even Tokion did a creativity now conference. I mean, I don't know how long that lasted, but they did that event in New York. It was like a conference. Got to do
mm,
something. Yeah.
so apparently, the event takes place at a location called Zero Space in Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
No
Cool.
idea where that is.
I don't either. But hey, man, I'm jealous. You're gonna go to New York, and you're gonna be like crowd surfing. You know, again,
What?
right?
No.
You're gonna be laying on your back, and these hands are gonna be holding you up, and you're gonna have your toy in the air, and all these hands are gonna be lifting you up. They're gonna go, Luke Chew's here. Oh,
If it happens, I'll make sure I take pictures.
Well, you can't. You're gonna have toys in the air just
No,
like
I'll
this.
have my phone in one hand and my freaking like toy in another. I'm like, what's up, motherfuckers?
It would be like the greatest thing ever for a toy event, like maybe there's a stage and you're like, hi, I'm Luke Chew, and then you just lay back and all these hands, and, superhero.
That would be hilarious. I just need I've been looking for a reason to go back to New York. I haven't been
Yeah,
back to New York since like 2017, 2018.
I've been before. It's for me, it's before that, and I'd love to go too because New York's, dude, this country's our country, man. We should be going to all these places, like big
Agreed.
cities at least.
I would
I mean,
love to
the
be
other big city, right?
all right.
On the
Well,
coast.
I would
So,
love to do a cross country drive um across the United States eventually.
mhm.
Just
Just with your toy figure.
I
So
will.
you're gonna,
I would definitely bring it along and take pictures.
oh,
The entire
so you're
time.
gonna have parties along the way.
No,
You
no, no,
know.
no. I just want to
Yeah.
like. I have a bunch of what's it called? Uh, something bucket.
Bucket list.
But I have a bucket list foods. Like I want to
Oh,
eat. I want to eat like skyline chili with noodles and a big mountain of cheese.
what is
Uh,
that? Skyline chili with noodles?
yeah,
Wait, is this like
that's a regional food there,
from where?
Cincinnati,
Wow.
Ohio.
Skyline. So there's a store there in Cincinnati called Manga Manga. You can go there and there might be 3 people and they're gonna hoist you. Luke's here.
No,
You
they
know?
would hoist you because you have birthed so many weebs.
Ugh. Ah. Anyway, yeah, no, there's a story. Anyway, yeah, you can go to so it's chili, lots of cheese with noodles. I've never heard of this, and it's called what?
Skyline Chili.
Wow.
Yeah, look
Okay.
it up. Look it up.
I'm going to. And I'm gonna. That sounds good. I'm gonna make it tonight. What kind of noodle?
Apparently the
Like
chili
pasta?
is and yeah, it's with spaghetti
Like it's
noodles. Apparently the chili is made with
sounds amazing.
like all kinds of different spices. It's actually more of a Greek ragu, and you get it with a mountain of yellow shredded cheese, and it's topped on noodles. It's one of those foods that I've heard about, and I really
Wow. Okay, I'm looking at a picture, and yeah, it literally is noodles on a plate with a bunch of chili in them, just as if it's spaghetti, but tons of cheese on there.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Wow.
I kind of have to do that. It's one of the foods that I really want to try.
Gosh, this almost looks like something you could make at home though, with like almost equal success. It doesn't look like something that's so hard to make.
No, it's not something that's so hard to make, but
You just want the experience of eating it in Cincinnati at a whatever, who sells this there.
I think there's actually a restaurant chain called Skyline, Sky
Oh,
High
okay. I got you.
Chili.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, then you could okay, so you can go to where is it? Where does Scott what's his name? Scott, the one who makes some figures and toys and stuff and cast stuff and for McFarlane. Wilkowski.
Scott Wilkowski. Does he
Right,
still
where
live
does he
there?
live? No, I don't think
Did he
so, but
move
I
there?
mean,
I thought he lived in the Bay Area, was living in the Bay Area.
Milwaukee, there's this ham and rolls on Sunday.
Oh my God, that sounds amazing. I didn't
Ham and
even
rolls.
know about that, but
They
I
have a
want
thing
it.
called ham and rolls. It's on Sunday, and he said every Sunday's ham and rolls.
That sounds so great.
And I was like, so can I make that? He's like, no. You've got to use a certain kind of ham that, you know. And then he goes, you can't get that out here, and it's a ham that's from out there. And
Right. Like some kind of weird country ham thing.
I don't know.
I want to have
ham and rolls. He said that's a thing. It's Sunday. We watch football and eat ham and rolls. I'm like, okay. I cut the football. I don't need that part, but I want the ham and rolls part.
Fuck yeah! Holy shit, ham and rolls. That's now on my fucking bucket list.
I don't know. Is it that? Maybe it's boring, but I don't know. It sounds
yeah,
good to me.
I've done the Chicago dog, and
I've eaten a lot of hot dogs in Chicago. Good stuff.
But you have to have the Chicago dog, the one with the sport peppers, the neon green relish.
Oh yeah. I don't know if I had that, but I went to Chicago and ate at a place that was well regarded called Hot Doug's.
Oh, you ate at Hot Doug's?
Many times.
Really?
Yeah.
I've only ate there. I ate there once before it closed.
I went a bunch of times, and I met Doug.
Yeah,
a few times. Doug, because Doug worked the counter every time.
Doug worked the counter.
Yeah,
I was so shocked to see him. When I went to
nice guy.
What was that one state called?
Chicago, Iowa, Idaho, Illinois.
No,
state Wyoming, the great state of Montana.
It's a long one that starts with a C. Connecticut,
Tennessee. Oh,
when I went to Connecticut, I went to Louis' Lunch and ate at had one of the original hamburger.
Whoa, the ones with the square bread.
Yep.
Whoa, how come I know this? Yeah, it's square bread.
Nicole, thank you very much for making that happen. And yeah, that was so that was
that I've seen. Do you know why I've seen video? Because I've watched video of food places like that, and that's a landmark. Like that's a thing, man.
Yeah, you got to do it. You go when you go visit like Harvard, you got to stop by Louis' Lunch.
No, wait, Connecticut. That's Yale.
Yale, sorry.
Wait, is that right? Princeton. What city?
In New Haven.
Princeton's New Jersey. Okay, it's Yale. Yale. And then there's all the New Haven pizza. Have you had any of the New Haven pizza? A Beats, they call it. It's like pizza that starts with an A. A pizza. A Beats, they call it. That looks amazing. And it seems to get all the high ratings on pizza reviewers' lists. It's like, and then they even have a clam pizza that supposedly is amazing. Like they say that's amazing. I'm like, clam pizza, but
that sounds amazing.
They seem to love it. Like everybody seems to love it. I've never had it.
Sounds so fucking amazing. I need to go back to Connecticut now.
But yeah, New Haven is supposed to be the pizza capital. If LA isn't, maybe New Haven is now.
LA
LA
is
might be now.
definitely not a pizza capital.
Well, it's doing good though. It's like Pizza Game has expanded in the last 3 years from, it like went up just like coffee. It went from like nothing to something, but yeah.
No, I'm looking at New Haven University right now to make
Oh,
sure I know.
it's Yale. The school is Yale. I've been there.
Oh, it's
I
Yale.
never did a talk there, but yeah, Yale.
Well,
I did
there's
a
the
talk, yeah.
university. It's apparently it's the University of New Haven.
Oh, really? I'm not doubting that it exists, but yeah, Yale's the big famous place,
Yeah.
Yeah.
University. Is that? Yeah, it's New Haven. You're right. That's
Yeah.
Yale. Yeah,
New
so you go to
Haven,
Yale
whatever.
and you stop by frickin' whatchamacallit?
All these places, the burger place and the pizza place, and that's like two birds with one stone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a surprisingly good burger.
Really, I've only seen it on TV, and it does look good.
Yeah, it's good because apparently, I guess the guy and then the guy who was on like all the interviews, like the great grandson of Louis, who owned the restaurant, who started the restaurant. He was there behind the
Oh, wow.
counter, freaking like taking orders. And
See, it's like Jiro dreams of sushi. I mean, Jiro is probably like 95, and if he's alive, he's still just standing in there. I don't know if he's making anything anymore, but I hear he's still going to be there.
Did I tell you
That's
about my
lineage. It's
Michelin Michelin starred experience with sushi
No. Where?
in Tokyo?
In Japan?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What happened? I think you might have mentioned it, but I forgot.
I
Was it
don't
bad?
have the palate for it.
Yeah.
I
I wonder. I mean, I bet you there's some of these. I have to ask. I have a friend who knows all the sushi places in Japan, like the highest end ones, and
Mhm.
some I think I've heard are probably overrated.
Sure. Look,
Yeah.
I mean, the space was beautiful. The food, the everything was delicious, but I feel like the difference between good and exceptional is just is so narrow.
I wouldn't disagree.
Yeah. And
Is it a cut of fish that's a little bit better? I mean, what is the difference? Like if you're ordering tuna, there's like the expensive one, and then there's a very expensive one, and then there's quite expensive. Like there's all these grades, right?
Right. I like sure the cut's beautiful.
It might be hard. It might be hard to.
But I cannot taste the difference. I cannot.
Yeah, you got to be a true connoisseur to probably know.
Yeah, to know like like the.
I mean, I could tell the difference between a Nijiya ass sushi, the supermarket sushi, versus like a sushi restaurant sushi. But then I could tell the difference. But yeah.
And a freaking like a nice restaurant sushi. It's like that's the difference. The difference between mediocre or bad. The difference between bad and mediocre and great and good is huge, but the difference between good and exceptional is narrow. And
could be, yeah. I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, I've been to a bunch of omakase places that's $200, right? I've tried it like many times.
Yeah,
they've all been really good.
Yeah, they're good.
What I mean?
They're delicious.
But like I don't know which one's better than all of them though. It's like, oh, but this one's even better. I'm like, they all were really good.
Yeah.
I would eat all of them and be happy. So yeah, maybe I'm easy too. I'm easy that way.
I guess so. I guess I'm easy.
I have a wide range.
So yeah, I've got a lot to look forward to in 2024. You've got the book coming out. You've got the Janum show coming out.
Oh, I'm curating a film series at the Hammer Museum or at the whatever. Like is it 7 days in a row or 8 days in a row? Like I'm gonna treat that like a film festival. Like each day will be hopefully an event. So it's like
is it 8 days in a row or is it?
Yeah, so it might be really exhausting, but like it'll be, maybe some programs you'll be like, I want to go to that one. Okay, this one I don't want to go to. You know what I'm saying? Like it'll be different subjects. So I'm going to try to do that. But yeah, whatever, man.
Yeah,
I would do this. I would, it's all good.
Wow,
do it, you
that's
do it.
cool. You got some pretty fucking cool projects lined up. That's great.
Yeah, whatever, man. If I didn't, it's still great. I'm still happy.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
I'll
good.
bask it. I'll bask. I want to bask in your excitement.
No, well,
Yeah,
my excitement
my
is
my shit's
the
whatever.
opportunity to travel.
Yeah,
I like I
and
was
I'm coming. No,
yeah,
I'm
like
kidding.
fuck yeah.
You're,
Fuck yeah, you
you're
should
like,
come out. Come on
all
out.
right. I'm
Come on
staying in
out.
your room. I'm staying in your room. No, I'm
Stay in my
kidding.
room. It's fine. Like yeah, I was thinking of like after Australia flying north to Japan in at the end of November. And
I wish we could like go with like 20 people, although it'd be a shit fest wherever we go. It'd
oh
be
my
like
god, it would be such a shit fest. Fuck
you
that.
can't go but it's one of those things where it's like do your thing. We'll meet for dinner at this place and that's it. Like that's your daily like and some will make it, some won't, right? It's
Yeah,
just like
yeah.
it would be like that. It's like you don't want to do the everybody together we're going to go to this one thing. Oh
Oh
man,
fuck
no.
that. Except for like maybe
No.
some touristy things. Like
Yeah, yeah. Hey, we'll
okay.
meet you at the shrine at noon. If you don't come, it's okay. We'll see you tomorrow. It's
Wait,
like
what's the name of that one part
something
of
like
town
that.
with all the freaking like big old temples and stuff like that? Is it Aomori or something like that?
I have no idea. I have
No,
no idea.
no.
But it's just one of those
It
things.
has
You
that
just
gigantic big ass red like paper lantern. That
oh, I know what you're talking about. Is that in Asakusa? Maybe.
Asakusa. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone,
It's just one of those things.
come to Asakusa. Let's do this. Hey,
Hey.
everyone,
And
go
it's
to
like
the Mori Art Museum.
I get it's just kind of hard. It's hard to do, but I just one of those things just to have that experience would be fun. But I guess it is hell. I think everyone's got to do their own thing, and then you meet up once in a while.
Yeah.
But you don't do the I'm waiting in the lobby for 3 hours and you didn't never came downstairs and
No,
it's
or
like
everyone,
no.
every
Everyone's
fucking night it would be dinner at a goddamn family restaurant like
oh no.
Jonathan's.
Just once. Just once.
That's actually one of my fondest memories of Japan. I went out to Japan because like at the time the round trip tickets were like less than $400.
Oh, that's cheap.
Yeah,
Okay.
and
Wow.
we met up with I met up with like Jesse and Linda, and then I met up with like Linda's like entourage of like weebs and
Oh,
stuff.
wow.
Yeah, like it was basically like 7 people all crammed into an Airbnb.
Oh, that's tough.
Oh yeah, that was really tough.
Yeah, I didn't say stay together. No,
Definitely not.
No.
And we like tried to like all do things together, and like most restaurants in Japan are just not ready to accommodate,
No,
like
no,
groups
absolutely
like that.
not.
So
Absolutely not.
I do not encourage large groups. I think that the most
Yeah, you're right.
travel with is like 4.
Oh, travel with is different. I meant just meet up.
Oh yes.
Meet up, not travel with.
Right.
Unless you have your own plane, I will join your. I will travel with. I'll be on that plane, but yeah, no. Other than that, no.
No.
If you have your own plane, then yeah, you're invited.
Right.
Oh, you have your own house out there with like many bathrooms. Okay.
No, I don't even know. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't even trust Airbnb anymore. I don't.
In Japan, I don't do it. I go to a hotel now. I don't do the Airbnb there because, yeah, I'm not saying it's bad, but I rented one. The pictures sure look better than the place. You go there, and I'm like, oh, this doesn't look like the pictures exactly.
Right.
Yeah. I was a little bit like, oh, it's a little bit. It was very dingy and dim.
Not
Not dirty, but it was just dark. I was like, wait, there's like one window that opens to a wall, basically.
Yeah, and it's paper thin walls to your left and to your right.
Yeah.
I don't recommend it.
Nah, me neither.
No.
Me neither.
Yeah.
Nope.
Anyways, we've been on for a little while now.
Oh, how long has it been? Like a half an hour?
It feels like it, but it's actually it's 10 o'clock now.
Oh my God. Already.
Man,
we didn't even get to talk about 2023 yet, did we?
We talked a little bit about it. A little bit.
It's okay.
You can go back the things that were like important to us. We talked about travels and things we saw.
If you want to know what happened in 2023, listen to the previous episodes. I don't know how many there were this year, but listen to those.
I think there were like 6 at the most.
Hey, that's
at twice. The most. Maybe
that's
actually
one every 2 months.
We had Felicia on. We had Yosuke on.
those are bangers right there.
Those are bangers. Those are bangers. Except we had some recording issue. We had some transmission issues with Yosuke, which is kind of a bummer.
Oh, that's because he has worse internet than you do.
So I'm shocked. I'm shocked. And then we had a couple. It was just you and I. Who else
Yep.
did we have
Those
as
are
a
the best
guest?
ones. Those are the best ones. Those are the big bangers.
Yeah, Felicia was great, obviously. She's
You don't have to look, man. Just say
I'm
we
looking,
did 8.
I'm looking, dude.
We just did
to,
8. We did 8 episodes.
I need to remember.
We did not.
1, 2, 3.
Keep going.
4.
Yeah,
Most
keep
of the
going.
time- oh, who is this? Oh yeah, J-Ryu back on again in January.
Keep
1,
going.
2,
Yep.
3, 4,
That's right. Keep going.
5,
Keep going.
6.
Look at this.
7 episodes, guys.
There you
7
go.
episodes.
More than once every 2 months. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. We beat that once every 2 months thing. Lucky number 7. Look.
I still would love to be able to try. There has to be an easier way for doing in-person podcasts.
What? Maybe. Is there?
I don't know. Like, you know, the problem we had, because the reason why we don't do in-person podcasts anymore was because of oh my gosh, you know, Kelly sucks. The Kelly sucks.
The microphone. The microphone. Oh my god. So I think one thing is from what because I went on the Dumbfounded podcast, right?
Yeah.
You know who he is, right? He might be like he might be one of the biggest Asian American podcasts. You wouldn't, you know, like, well, aside like Bobby Lee or something, but
yeah,
his podcast is actually very big. I think he gets hundreds of thousands of people for every episode.
Right.
So I went to his place. I think he lives there. Like it's a place. He has an area that's set up for the podcast that does not get touched.
Wow.
You know, so everything is set up to go. He does have a person who comes and helps. And it's a 3-person podcast. So if you're a guest, you're the 4th person. You know, it's like 3 people, always 3 people and the guest.
Yeah.
Often anyway. So it's kind of like that. And nothing moves. Like everything is set up. Everyone has their seats. There's like a monitor. Everything is just like good to go. And that's never touched. That's kind of the one way where it's easier because everything is sort of like, you know, you flick a switch and everything's ready, right? It's no like breaking it down, putting it in a box and it getting fucked up. You know,
you
and
can
cords getting fucked up.
You can make that happen.
At your where?
Around the corner in the in Toronto's room.
Oh shit! That's where I'm at.
What?
That's where I'm in.
That's the room you're in right now?
Yeah.
Right now.
Well, his older room anyway, but yeah.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, man. I've never even been in that room before. I think if I have, it was before it became Toronto's room.
No way.
Don't think about it. Think about it. I actually have a person.
We could just podcast in a car. Let's just podcast in the car and just drive around.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be fun.
You have to drive though. I'm kidding.
Your car is the one that would be able to accommodate. And I have a person who's interested in being the 3rd person to help.
Oh, we need that. Okay, we'll talk about that offline.
Yes.
Boom.
All right, guys.
Okay.
Thank you very much for
everybody
tuning in to Robot and the Bear. Hope we didn't bore you to tears.
Robot and the Bear, and look forward to 2024.
Yep.
Any New Year's Eve plans? I don't know if you even think about that anymore. That used to be a thing, right, when I was a kid, but now I'm like, whatever. I've had too many disappointments on New Year's Eve. Let's put it that way.
I feel like I've done all the stupid shit that I've wanted to do on a New Year's Eve. You know, like I've been to the rave. I've been to I've done it by myself, like, you know, being really like sad about myself by myself, you know.
I've done that.
I've done the house parties. I've done the family thing.
I've done that too.
Yeah. So it's just.
Did you watch the balls drop?
No, never watched the balls drop in New York City. I don't really care to see. I don't really have any interest in being in Times Square. This seems awful.
No,
don't you think? I mean, it seems.
Yeah.
It seems
I heard it sucks and it's cold.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
no, no.
did you watch the Rose Parade? Have you done that? Or you go get there at 4 a.m. and stake out a location and
Oh my God. I think people start staking out locations like the afternoon before.
yeah, I think I did it once and it was again
I can tell you
once
this.
once.
I have no interest in it. My girlfriend has no interest in it, and so
Yeah,
it's not going to
that's
happen.
yeah, yeah, I know. Anyway, there you go. New Year's Eve. We just ruined everybody's day.
Yeah. So yeah, but basically, no, no. I mean, like I've heard about a couple of little things, but like, do I really want to fucking go out there and fucking like deal with that?
You
Like,
can go party,
and what? Like drink? I've,
drink
I
soda, and eat hand rolls of sushi. Just eat hand rolls and sushi and drink soda. It's gonna be great. We're gonna party like it's 1999. No, okay.
oh no.
Yeah, okay. I don't either. I just one of those things where it's always filled with disappointment
Yeah.
because you build it up, and then for me, I'm just happy. Usually, I just kind of listen to fireworks. Like there's fireworks outside by
Mhm.
somebody, and I just trip out on that. I'm like, oh shit, New Year's Day.
Yeah, it's like 4th of July. 4th of
Yeah.
July, you go out. Like my favorite view of the
That makes me happy.
fireworks is just like hop on the 10 freeway and just
Oh, you
take
can
it,
do that.
like
Yeah.
across LA County and
Yeah,
turn
no,
around.
that you have a free fireworks show,
Oh,
and
it's
yeah,
yeah,
no, it's amazing.
yeah.
Anyways, all right, happy New Year, everybody, or
Happy New
happy
Year's,
New Year's
guys.
Eve, and happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Eric.
You too.
Mhm.
Happy New Year, Luke. Robot and the Bear out.
2023. It's a wrap.